To put it simply, wheel spacers are a simple and cost-effective way to widen the stance of your vehicle, in this case, my Yamaha YXZ UTV. The main reason you would want to widen the stance of your vehicle is for stability. The wider the distance between the wheels, the more stable it is and less likely you are to roll over in turns and off-camber situations. They're simply a metal ring that bolts between your hub and wheel. They have 4 holes for the existing lug bolts to go through and 4 new bolts to mount your wheel. Wheel spacers have the same bolt pattern and simply widen your stance, whereas adapters have a different bolt pattern which allows you to put a different type of wheel on your UTV. Now, wheel adapters will also space out the width of your wheels because you need the space for the bolts to overlap in the actual adapter. But whether you're getting wheel adapters or wheel spacers, you can choose how much spacing you want. 1 inch, 1.5 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch, etc. Running wheel spacers is sort of a cheap way of long traveling your UTV, but I will mention, the thicker the spacers you choose, the more leverage you are putting on your hubs, and the more likely you are to break something depending on how hard you run your machine. So, keep that in mind. But I've been using my 1-inch wheel adapters for an entire season out the dunes and I have had no problem at all. I love the additional width and how planted the car feels. And it also gives the UTV a more aggressive look. The wheel adapters I am running are the 1-inch 4x110 to 4x156 wheel adapters. This is the YXZ to Razor adapter. These wheel adapters cost about $100 and came in a set of 4 on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description if you want to get a pair for yourself. Now, I didn't seek out wheel adapters for a wider stance, even though that was a perk. I was looking to get a nice set of sand tires so I could run the dunes, but the YXZ bolt pattern was not as common as the Polaris Razor bolt pattern, and it was hard to find the wheels and tires that I wanted. So I decided if I got the adapters, I would have a bigger selection of sand tires and wheels to choose from. Plus, no one else in my group has a Yamaha YXZ. They all have Razors. So if I ever need a spare tire or had to swap tires with them, I wouldn't be able to. But now with the wheel adapters, I can. Installing them is super simple. Simply put the adapter or spacer on your hub, install the lug nuts that come with the spacers. These lug nuts are shallow so they don't protrude and interfere with the mounting of the wheel. They also have a cone tip to center up the spacer on the hub. Then tighten them to the same torque spec as factory recommended for the wheel, 54 foot-pounds in my case. Mount your tire, then torque those lug nuts to the same torque spec, 54 foot-pounds, or whatever is recommended for your vehicle. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this video useful. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.